How's it going, everyone? Matt Spartan here, and today, I know it's been a while since I posted a war video, but I just gotta say a lot of stuff has happened. I was recording the videos, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the wars. I just kind of fell behind with work, just a crazy schedule. I was trying to do videos on the computer, but my editing software stopped working. It was a mess, and then before I knew it, I was already on war like number 6. And then I was like, I can't just give you guys war number 2 now. I had to take the L on it, and I said I'm just gonna start recording next season. Obviously, in our alliance, you still have to record the fights. I usually would record them for YouTube, but I wasn't. I just recorded them for regular nothing. But I was told that I should start recording my videos again. Not really sure why, but if they ask me to record my videos and post them, I'm not gonna say no. But first up, we do have a Hulkling. Now, I gotta say, I pulled Dust at the beginning of the off-season, and I learned how to use her. And I gotta say, this has gotta be one of my favorite champs in the entire game. She is just dominating everywhere I throw her. It is just crazy. The damage she does, the utility that she has, she's super immune. She's immune to inverted controls. She just does crazy damage. Now, the first guy that we had to fight was a Hulkling. He didn't really benefit from the node too much. I think it was more of, if you use anyone who's regular, you would have to have a buff to parry, and then he'll gain his pierce charges, so maybe you build him up that way, and they banked that you wouldn't work on that. But it was kind of easy, just kind of nuke that. Next up, we do have an Ebony Maul, which is probably the only fight that I kind of had a little bit of a problem with. Not really, because if he isn't light happy where you can parry him, it's kind of really hard to knock him down. And I also have to go into Dust Storm super early into the fight without building her up, which kind of sucks because I lose the ability to do any type of damage. But as you guys can see, she still does really good damage at rank 3, and Ebony Maul doesn't really have a lot of health, so either way, it's working. Not to mention, this game is blessing me with heavies that crit at 25k, so I'm not really complaining here. And just like that, the Ebony Maul is down. It was pretty simple. Actually, I'm nuking these fights. I've never done these fights that fast. Now, as you guys can see, I am running a specific team. It kind of looks a little weird. It's definitely a one-man team. We did go to Path 2, and then we switched over to Path 6, Section 2, because the most important thing is trying to keep this team when I go into war. If there is a Bullseye boss, which if most of you have seen in the previous video, I soloed the Bullseye boss. It was New Nation's Bullseye boss too, which was awesome. It was just, in my head, that's just a stronger Bullseye boss. But it worked out pretty well. Wasn't even upset about it. But the biggest thing is trying to keep this team. So APOC has a synergy for every mutant on his team. You get 15% attack. If you have White Mag on your team, he has a solo synergy that gives, I believe it's 8% attack for heroes. So that also benefits Dust. And then Dust has a synergy with White Mag that gives her 4% attack and I believe health as well when she has White Mag on the team. So I am now running literally with a, hold on, let me do the math real quick, 38 and then 42. I have a 42% attack increase just from synergies alone. And then of course I'm fully boosted, as you guys can see. And the next fight was a Bishop, which this fight can go bad if he kind of just doesn't cooperate with me. It's actually pretty simple. What I do is I pop an indestructible boost, and then I just get hit with the SP3. And you get hit with one SP3, then you throw your SP3, and then he's pretty much dead by then. As you guys can see, we're going to be building up pretty easily here. Light attacks purify the dust, so you can gain the more charges, and then when you go into Dust Storm, each dust charge is a prowess. He's not a Magicka defender, so I'm pretty much just banking these prowesses like it's nothing, and it's going to be a quick nuke. We are doing 4-hit combos and holding block to make sure he doesn't throw his specials. The last thing we want to do is him throwing an SP2 or an SP1, really, because her kind of whole kit shuts down when she gets incinerated. We tank this. We're going to immediately get up with an SP3 here. He does go unblockable for the rest of the fight. It's not really that big of a deal, though, because you throw the SP3 and then you throw an SP2, and if he happens to be alive after that, just throw another SP2. It's not even that bad. Even with the relic, it kind of extends the combo even more. We are willpower regenning from the energy vulnerability. And I do have a power back boost, so it did give me a lot of the power back. It's only 150%, it's not 200. They do refresh today, so I can use those for the next war coming up. And just like that, the bishop's down. There was literally nothing to it. And then I almost skipped this fight, and I was so upset because I was like, if I went past this fight, I would have been so upset. It is Hazard Shift Corvus Glaive. Now, my theory is, they're kind of hoping that you hold block because you use a single immune, and then you kind of let Corvus shred through your block. But after testing it in duels, you don't get hit with a guaranteed crit. She literally glances it. Now, we did hit him one time and got an incinerate. It was kind of bad RNG on my part, but she completely nullifies his guaranteed crit, so he's not even hitting through your block. As you guys can see, 235 damage, which is still a lot. Usually it's 0 for someone, but as you guys can see, it's pretty simple. We're pretty much going to be only attacking on shock, obviously, because her kit does go down a lot when she gets incinerated, but also it's got reduced ability accuracy when you have a debuff on you, and incinerate itself reduces your block efficiency. So it maybe will go to 235 to like 400, but still, I don't want to deal with that. We are going to go through another run here. We're going to wait for the incinerate to expire, and then we're going to immediately hit him with an SP3 and hopefully kill him before the incinerate comes back. So right here, I'm just kind of dexing here. I don't want to dex too much because I don't want to gain too many indestructible charges. So I kind of just keep dashing back so the computer instinctively will just walk towards you instead of dashing towards you. We are going to hit him with this SP3 here. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. Unfortunately, I do have to fight Reflective Stun Thing after this. And I was just like, because I never took it. It was my first time taking it. But all I saw was that my alliance members were having a tough time with it. So that never makes me feel good because I do trust them. And if they're having a problem, then I'm probably going to have a problem. So all these fights are done. Now in my head, I'm like, all right, this is one of the fights that I really got to buckle down for. I do use a combat regen boost because I do have a bad streak of brute force minis never giving me the chance to hit them. So I do have to pop a regen just in case I do get brute force in the beginning. It kind of negates it. It does help a lot that Dust will pretty much take 0 damage when she parries. So it's actually overall like a great thing for her. That is like one of the coolest abilities, that she just takes 0 damage when she glances. It kind of reminds me of Chilith, who when she blocks an attack, it can only be as much as their base attack. It can never be like as an increased attack value or not. It's just such an interesting ability that no one else has. Originally, I was using Storm X for a lot, but I kind of switched over to Dust because she has more health, and in my opinion, she kind of has a little bit more. She kind of has a little bit more utility, and just overall, she's just so much fun to play. Now we are in the corner here, and I kind of got a little nervous. I can't dex his SP, his heavy, so I had to immediately throw my relic to save me there. I'm just kind of stuck in the corner here. As you guys can see, I did parry the last hit of the SP1 to try to build some prowesses here, because he is not being very forgiving. He's kind of keeps pushing me in the corner. We do have Dust Storm though, so we're able to hit him while he's unstoppable. I was able to get him back to 15 with that combo, which is entirely what I was banking on. I'm just trying to get out of this corner. He is just pressuring me so much. We're kind of hoping that he gets to the SP2. I mean, the good thing is with the relic that we just, with the season that we just had, I did kind of learn how to dex his SP1, but I still don't want him to throw it while I'm in the corner. Now, beautiful dex and parry combo over there. We were able to dex and parry a full 5-hit combo, which allowed me to punish it with my hits and then get him to 15 to throw this SP2. And now it's kind of neutral. Like, the fight is kind of neutral. We are still on this side, but I have an overflow of prowesses, enough distance that he can throw the heavy and nothing happens. And we're pretty much just, you know, like clean. We're doing clean with it. Another 5-hit combo to let him throw this SP2. That's the entirety of this fight, is him throwing SP2s, hopefully. The SP1 gives him too much distance, and even though we know how to dex it, there's no real reason for him to have it. He's been pretty forgiving on the brute force front, too. I think it's just because I have him on this side. The AI is just a little bit more aggressive. So it's kind of just played to be better for him to be in your face the entire game. It's just a little stressful is all. He is holding block now, so he's going to be kind of taking less damage from the Dust Storm. Going to bait out this SP1, hopefully. But on top of watching rock stacks, you got to watch brute force. It's just a mess. And now this is when he kind of stops attacking me, and in my head I'm like, this is it. I'm gonna die to brute force right now. 4% thing, but then he threw it, thank God. And just like that, he's down. I could not believe I did that. I mean, it wasn't super clean, but it was pretty good. Next up, we do have a Bullseye boss. Now, I do like put the white mag on and then back out to make sure it goes on. I'm just in my head, like my hands are shaking because this is like the 4th time I've taken a Bullseye boss, and sorry, I've soloed it every time. I think maybe the first time I tried it and I was experimenting. I didn't get it in the off season, but I got it. This is the third time I'm gonna one-shot it. Got me a little nervous because every time I go into it, I get nervous. You know, my alliance members say I don't understand why, because you one-shot it every time. Because it could go so wrong. You have to play this fight so perfect. Like it's so stressful. Now, the good thing with a stun immune boss is you are able to constantly reparry them to build prowesses. I'm never short on prowesses against stun reflect or boss. I mean, I guess that thing was kind of the exception. You always parry his incomings. You kind of reparry them. And as you guys can see, I'm pretty much over 4 prowesses pretty much the entire fight. I don't really dex too much. I kind of just stand my ground there, and I'm constantly parrying. As soon as he gains that bar, we are going to gain some distance. The AI himself, it usually throws it when he has like a little bit of distance. It kind of reminds me of like Sabretooth's SP1. When you have a little bit of distance, he's always going to throw it. Sometimes he does get a little stingy, though. As you guys can see, throughout the fight, he kind of just gradually pushes me to the corner, which, you know, isn't the end of the world. It's just more of, I'm always playing with my back almost to the wall. And he does throw it here. Now, in this, I would usually throw the SP3, but this fight, I don't know if it's just overconfidence from constantly soloing him, or I don't know. I got greedy. I wanted more dust debuffs, so I am going to be kind of just playing the fight here. And now he pushed me to the corner. Now, I do run the relic here, and then I do kind of a strat. I dash back instead of hitting him, which allowed him to immediately throw the special because there was distance between us. I felt like a scientist when I did that. That was like the craziest thing I've ever seen. So now we're going to bait out this SP1 here, because I do like to throw the SP3 as he throws an SP1 with basically no power, because the SP3 itself almost gives him an entire bar of power. So as you guys can see, I'm going to throw this SP3 here, and he's going to be he should be just under a bar. Now, I did throw the SP3 when he had a little bit more health than me, but overall our health is kind of even. So in my head, the fight is going pretty well. I do have 150% power back boost instead of 200, so in my head I was like, alright. But to be honest with you, even when I run the 200% power boost, my specials never crit. So in my head I'm like, what's the difference if this one isn't going to give me power and this one's going to give me even less power? So in my head I didn't really care. I'm going to throw this SP2 again and kind of hope. And then just like that, we got 3 crits in a row, which has never happened to me. It gave me a lot of power back, got another SP1. I wanted to throw another SP1. I almost got hit by that SP1, because as he was throwing his special, I threw my SP1, but instead it just converted to a block. And just like that, he is down. Definitely a crazy war. A one-man team with amazing synergies. I usually have a white mag on. I usually have a super white mag. I usually have an Odin. Like, I just usually have so much. But it was only a rank 2 boss. Which in my head is like a breeze, because I usually take rank 3s. But as you guys can see, I had an amazing war. I just really wanted to get this out here to you guys, because I know that Bullseye's being kind of tough. I know that a lot of people are trying Gambit, and I know Gambit does work. But trust me, I've seen plenty of times that Gambit doesn't work when your supers don't crit. And that's the first time ever my supers have only crit. So overall, it was a really good war. I do have a lot of videos coming up for you guys. I know I've been a little dry. I was happy to bring that Bullseye boss, because I was really hoping to solo it so I can bring it to you guys. You know, if anyone has dust and just doesn't use her, I hope this opened your eyes to see just how amazing this champ is. Triple immunities, immune to inverted controls. She's just she could hit unstoppable opponents. She glances on parries. She's just an amazing champ. And as you guys can see, it's pretty much just a one-man team. I have to run certain synergies. It's a lot of planning in the beginning of war, but, you know, if you move a specific way, if you know that she can do it, you know, the payoff is huge. I took down 3 minis just with her. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.